I know people are going to say, Tua's not going to play 13 games. He can't play 12 games. Look, we don't know. Hopefully he can get 16 in and he can be healthy during the playoffs. Because if he does, I just like this football team.
In this video, I'm going to talk to you about Louis Riddick of ESPN and his pick to win it all in the NFL for the 2023 season. So let's jump into it.
I'm one of those people who thinks the window's still open for Buffalo. Obviously, the Jets are going to make their run. You just hope that they're able to come out of the gate strong, but I still think this is Miami's year. And I know.
A lot of people have heard him say that. He has said that this is Miami's year. Awesome.
I know people are going to say, Tua's not going to play 13 games. He can't play 12 games. Look, we don't know. Hopefully he can get 16 in and he can be healthy during the playoffs.
Hopefully Tua can play all 16 games and be healthy during the playoffs. We all know that.
Because if he does, I just like this football team match, and I've been saying it consistently all off season. I like the explosive firepower that they have, not just in the pass game, but in the run game as well, and we saw that.
Which should improve this year with the addition of Devin A-Chain and possibly Dalvin Cook.
Saw when Mike McDaniel commits to the run game, how it opens up the passing game and takes pressure off of that offensive line. We know this defense is going to be better this year. We know Vic Fangio is that guy. And he has some absolute players to work with on all three levels. They're stacked. They've got athletes.
By the way, have you seen the pictures of Jalen Phillips? I'm going to see if I can't get one and insert it here, but man, talk about stacked.
Youth, they've got speed, they've got size, and this is a football team that tasted some success last year. They believe in what Coach McDaniel's doing down there. They believe that on offense they're never out of it because they can strike you in a hurry.
We all believe, not just the players, the fans believe that this should be Miami Dolphins' year.
And so, look, I just think as long, and I know it's a big bet, and it's a bet I'm willing to make. If this quarterback can stay healthy, man, and he can be ready when playoff time comes around, they're winning it. They're winning.
If this quarterback can stay healthy, they're winning it. You just heard that from Louis Riddick. So you just heard. Louis Riddick is picking the Miami Dolphins to win it. If Tua can stay healthy, the Miami Dolphins are his pick, his bet to... What? Hold on. Oh. There's a... Louis Riddick has another pick. Let's stand by.
But he needs to stay on the football field, because if he does, as long as his wide receivers stay on the football field too, that namely being Rashad Bateman and Odell Beckham Jr., Todd Monken's offense fits this personnel perfectly. And I mean perfectly. It will be a 12 personnel-centric offense, just like it was in Georgia last year with Brock Bowers being the feature guy down there, the tight end, who's going to be all-world when he gets to the NFL. It's going to be a lot of Lamar under center more. It's going to be a lot.
Lamar? I thought the Dolphins were your pick.
A play action pass on first and second down. He'll get in the pistol and the gun, and they'll run play action from there too. The threat of the run will still be there on first and second down, because we all know that Lamar Jackson's the best maybe running quarterback ever in the history of the game. So on first and second down, this offense is going to be a problem, because people are going to go, wait a minute. Now you got Zay Flowers, you got Rashad Bateman, you got Odell Beckham Jr., you've got an offense.
I thought you were talking about Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devin A-Chain, Cedric Wilson. I'm confused there.
The coordinator who is really adept at structuring this kind of offense to feature a quarterback. We got so many different things to deal with here. If everybody can stay on the field, Lamar will have the best season of his career and be an MVP consideration again, without a doubt.
Huh? What? Lamar Jackson is going to have an MVP year if he stays healthy? So I thought the Dolphins were going to have a championship year if Tua stays healthy. But now you're saying that it's Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, and Lamar's going to have an MVP season if he can stay healthy? So I guess Louis Riddick has changed his mind. It's the Baltimore Ravens who are going to be the... What? There's another video? And let's go to another video.
It's just what usually plagues, teams and individuals once they get to the mountaintop. It's complacency, although I don't think this football team will get complacent or some kind of unforeseen, injury that kind of derails things, which you don't even want to speak about that, because then if it comes to fruition, you feel as though you jinxed this football team. But other than that, look, they're a better football team this year than they were last year. The loss of Eric Bieniemy does hurt. Eric Bieniemy is one of the greats as far as holding people accountable and being someone who's very creative, and Andy leaned on that. But
I'm really confused. Thought it was the Dolphins, then you said it was the Ravens, and now you're talking about the Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl, are even better than they were last year.
As Patrick mentioned, Matt Nagy coming in now from Chicago. He was the quarterback coach last year. Now he's going to be the OC, which he was before. I mean, that's a seamless transition. Their offensive line still has the best interior three from guard to guard of any team in the NFL. Jawan Taylor, who comes in to replace Orlando Brown Jr. at offensive tackle, he will be someone who I think ultimately will be an upgrade. The wide receiver room will be a year better. All these guys who were new to this system last year now have a year under their belt. I don't think they'll skip a beat, although Juju Smith-Schuster left and went to New England. I don't think they'll skip a beat at all. Remember the name Rashee Rice, who comes in from SMU as their rookie second rounder. He's going to be a stud for them, gives them a different body type. And on defense, all the young guys that they had playing critical roles last year as rookies will be second-year players too now. So, to me, they're the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl again, as long as Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are there. Simple as that.
Checking my notes. As long as Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are there, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm confused, Lewis. I'm really confused. All of those interviews took place on different ESPN shows on the same day. You can rewind it. He's got the same clothes on each of those interviews. Interview 1, the Miami Dolphins are going to win it. Interview 2, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are going to see an MVP season. Interview number 3, hey, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win. They're going to repeat as Super Bowl champions. Only if Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are there. So he had ifs about 3 different quarterbacks. He had if Tua Tagovailoa stays healthy, they could win. If Lamar Jackson stays healthy, the Baltimore Ravens can win. If Patrick Mahomes can stay healthy, the Kansas City Chiefs can win. I don't understand. Who's going to win? Are you just saying things to help different fan bases get encouraged and excited? Because on the same day, Louis Riddick just gave 3 separate interviews picking 3 separate teams to win it. That's not possible. But he was most definitive about the Kansas City Chiefs repeating as Super Bowl champions. So I know a lot of people out there, especially a lot of people in Dolphin world, are spreading videos about Louis Riddick being credible and basically picking the Dolphins to win it if Tua stays healthy. But it seems like he has a lot of leeway here. Dolphins if Tua stays healthy, Baltimore Ravens if Lamar Jackson stays healthy, but ultimately he said the Kansas City Chiefs are going to repeat as Super Bowl champions. Not my words. I just played you 3 separate interviews he did on the same day, just talking great about 3 different teams, but ultimately picking the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl this year. You can tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from your comments. What do you think about Louis Riddick picking the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl this year? Talk to you soon. Fins up.
Is anybody catching on to this Barry guy?